Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. Meet Off-Color Alan. He's been around since the early 90s and over time he has changed to this horrible sickly colour. He's going to be around later to help us out with the size comparison. Today we're going to be reviewing this guy. It's the Favourite Co Pteranodon. We recently had a massive unboxing of Favourite Co dinosaurs. To check out that unboxing, link is down below, and also all the reviews for these Favourite Co dinosaurs are down below. But today we're taking a closer look at this guy. So without further ado, let's get him out of his packaging. Now in terms of its scale, this reminds me of an old Natural History Museum model that I bought all the way back in 1997, probably before a lot of you were even born, and that just scares me. So here we have a little piece of paper just telling us how to assemble this guy, because he comes with a little transparent lightsaber and a base. A little rocky base. So when we put this on display, he'll actually look like he's hovering. So without further ado, let's put him on his rocky lightsaber. So here's the Favourite Co Pteranodon on his display base, and I think in this mid-flight pose, this Pteranodon looks absolutely spectacular. As usual, putting this guy on his base was tricky. We found with the carnivorous dinosaurs we reviewed so far, they don't even stand on their bases. So this one is actually standing up and it's doing fine, but to actually get the lightsaber piece of plastic into both the rocky base and the Pteranodon was a real job, and I think you probably need an adult's assistance. On closer inspection, this is a great sculpt and a great paint job. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So starting off with the rocky base, you can see we've got a really nice sculpt, very naturalistic looking, and I think maybe it could do with a little bit more weathering. It's quite sort of plain grey, but apart from that it's a really nice little base. Then we've got a little transparent piece of plastic going all the way up to the Pteranodon, and if we start with the head sculpt, you can see we've got a really detailed sculpt going on there. The paint job is really precise. You can even see through the slit in its beak if you look very, very carefully. And I really love that detail around the eyes and the nostril. Just looks really, really nice. I love the little stripes on the head crest. Unfortunately, the head crest is a little warped, so I don't know if that's happened in transit. We did find with the Spinosaurus jaw that the lower jaw was a little bit warped, but apart from that, this is a fabulous sculpt. Nice weathering going on under the neck here. And as we move into the shoulder area, you can see there's some really nice, finely sculpted, downy fur going on. It's very subtle. And unfortunately, they've used a high gloss all the way across this dinosaur, so it's hard to differentiate between what is fur and what is skin. Moving along the arms, you can see, again, we've got more of that downy fur. And just a lovely, beautiful airbrushing going on across this wing. Just really nice, bold colours, and does remind me somewhat Schleich's bold coloration. Nicely sculpted and painted hand claws there. You can even see the little individually painted white claws. Really, really nice. You can see some lovely creases going on here all the way along this wing membrane. Beautiful. And then as we move underneath, in stark contrast, we've got this very sort of weathered cream looking underside, completely different to the top. And I really like that. Really nicely sculpted creases all the way along here. You can see the fine detail in the arm, the musculature of the arm and the membrane connecting the shoulder to the sort of wrist or elbow area. You can see the chest here and the chest muscles sculpted in, and this is really tiny. I mean, you can see the size of my fingers. This is a really, really precise and tiny sculpt. Got Favourite Co Limited there, Pteranodon made in China. Very, very nice. And then as we move down here, this weathering around the body is a little bit sloppy. I think they could have made this weathering just a little bit more refined, maybe a bit more like the wing. I think the wing works really well, but on the body it just feels a little bit messy. But it's a pretty good job considering the scale of this piece. And then as we move into the feet, you can see they're very finely sculpted, and we go back into this lovely orange coloration, which I think is a lovely transition to make for the tips of the feet. On the other side, you can see again, really nicely sculpted. Now they have painted the claws on this side. From looking at the sculpt, the toe claws do actually look like maybe they're painted on the wrong side. I'm wondering if they should have been painted on this side, but it's a minor gripe. Again, nice furry detail going on here with a little sort of tuft at the end for the tail. And then we go along the body back to that beautiful head sculpt. So just how big is this Pteranodon figure? So if we go with the wingspan first, you're looking at just over 7 inches, about 19 centimeters long. And then from the tip of the nose to the feet, you're looking at about 3 inches long, which is about 8 centimeters here. In terms of its height off the ground, you're looking at about 3 inches again, about 8 centimeters. Scale comparison time, let's bring in the favourite coat, Spinosaurus, and unfortunately this one does require hand assistance because I can't get him to stand on his rock base. But as you can see, the Spinosaurus is a little bit taller than the Pteranodon and is much more bulky in terms of its mass. Next up, here's the favourite coat, Allosaurus, for size comparison. And actually these two complement each other really well in terms of their colour scheme. Maybe you two are related. Both these guys and the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Favourite Co have been reviewed on the channel so far, and we're going through the whole box, so do check out the links below to see the reviews for these guys. Lastly, here's off-colour Alan Grant for another size comparison. Oh, I don't know if he can stand up, he's so queasy. Thanks, Alan. There he goes, he's leaving the review table. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the Pteranodon from Favourite Co. I'm going to go as far as to say this is actually my favourite figure from them so far, simply because in terms of its bold coloration, its sculpt, and its little stand, I think everything about this figure works really well and doesn't have so many quality control issues as the other figures that we've reviewed so far. As usual, guys, I want you to leave a comment down below stating which dinosaur you'd like to see reviewed from this line next, and if you don't know which one to pick, make sure to check our unboxing video, link is down below. In the meantime, guys, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cup of tea.